Hi everyone. It is me, Jordan Long here. Or Jordan Mulan Long here. And today we're going to talk about daylight keeping time and how the name does not match up with what it is. And at the end of the day, how it doesn't really do anything to help anyone. At the end of the day, it does not. Now, as you know, half of the world does it, and half of the world doesn't. And the 4-1 Reichs have been doing it for years. Hell, it became a law that it had to be done. And no one really quite knows why it was done. There are, sundry sagas and tales about why it was done, what it does, who it helps. But the truth is, I don't really think it helps that folks that much. And there's always going to be folks that bring up things like this. Oh, well, it helps the farmers. Well, first off, I don't think that I believe that farmers are going to get up at the same time every day, if it's a kin-owned business or not, and do all the things they need to do, even if it's bright out or dark out still. So I don't really think it helps them all that much. Well, I think it stops folks from blowing lighting. You know, that whole thing about how it's there to stop folks from blowing lighting, but so let me tell you a little hidden. Even if you don't have your lights on, you still have things like, I don't know, a timer that still has to run, certain other tools that are still, hooked into the lighting, and they're still running. Alright? So, it's not like you're not still working the lighting. You are. And if there are folks out there that are blowing their lighting, well, shame on them, because they're the ones that have to yield for it. Oh, I think it was there because everybody was frightened that all the ways of making lighting wouldn't work. That Blackstone wouldn't be a thing anymore, so it cut back on how long folks had their lights on. Well, here's the truth. When you shift the timer back, when you shift the timer back, sadly, you have the lights on longer in the evening and night and morning than you do when shifting ahead. And how about all those other businesses and folks that have their lights on all day, no need how bright or how dark something is? Are they blowing? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't really think it helps anyone. The only thing that it ever helped, the only thing that I don't think it really helps anyone. To be honest with you, when you shift your timer ahead, yeah, the days slower, so it's day out longer, and that kind of is helpful. But shifting it back, nah, that don't help anyone. Why do you even call it daylight keeping time? I don't know. He-Man. I think that when you shift your timer back, they should call it losing daylight. And when you shift it ahead, now you're keeping the daylight. But at the end of the day, you really can't lose it or keep it. And it seems that there are some Reichs and some settlings that don't have to do it. And if you're lucky enough to live in any one of the sundriest 50 Reichs or over or settlings that don't have to do it, be thankful. Because it is irksome. Mine see that you have to shift your timer ahead sometime in the 3rd month. And then either shift it back somewhere, either the 10th month, or sometimes the 11th month when these folks can't make up their mind. And if you ask anyone in the Gather because it's a Gavr law. It's not a Reich law, it's not a Scheer law, not a Neer law, it's a Gavr law. And if you ask anyone in the Gavr law moat, either in the leadership arm or in the lawmaking arm or the lawfare arm, they'll just say they don't know. They'll have to go look it up and see why that bill became law. And then they'll tell you, oh, that's the grounds why. But truth is, they don't know. And the truth, for years, there have been bills that a lot of folks have asked the Windtumult to make for them in their behalf, because that's what a Folkreich is, a law moat that runs everything. That folks run a law moat in your behalf because you can't do it yourself. And they give you a say. But then every time the bill either goes from one house of the Windtumult to the other house of the Windtumult, it either gets stopped because one side doesn't see the grounds why it should become a law and says no to it, and it just dies there. But there have been sundriest bills to either end daylight keeping time, because a lot of folks don't understand why they did it. Well, I think it had something to do with wars. Oh, there have been sundriest wars before daylight keeping time became a thing, and there have been wars after it. So I don't see how shifting your timer ahead or back does have anything to do with wars or whatever. Oh, I guess it had something to do with even land doing it. Oh yeah, because a lot of lands in even land chose to do it. Then then North Vinland felt left out, so they had to do the bullshit, right? I guess. And for some ground sake or why, no one in the 4-1 Reichs or in the settled land understands why they did it. Why both their law moats made, laws that made it where you gotta shift your timer back now. You gotta shift your timer ahead. Sorry to fuck with you. Or whatever. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Jordan, I don't know why it is. I don't know why it's either. All I know is it doesn't really help anyone. I mean, either way, folks are going to do whatever they're going to do. If it's bright out or dark out. I mean, folks are still going to go to learn and work, right? Even if it's still bright, if it's bright out or dark out. So at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So if any of you folks if you know the truth to why we do it, let me know. But if you're just going to throw all those thoughts out like I did, well, your guess is as good as mine then. Anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway. Watch the other film I made yesterday over here. Don't forget to share or playlist or, rank this film. And don't forget to hit that follower, I guess you call it a square. I don't know if square English word. I don't know if square is an English word or not. But don't forget to hit that. And hit that ringer too, so you'll know when the next upload or live stream or short's been done. If the tool works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. I, Jordan Long, or Jordan Mulan Long, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell. So long.